questions that I get most about gutter launches. How can I get more leads? I need more jobs. I need more leads. And it's really crazy because you get on the gutter installers pages and they're like, oh, we're booked out 6 months. And then you got the guys that are realists and like, I need more jobs, right? So I want to show you guys what we teach in gutter launch, right? I'm going to show you it. It's nothing like really, really earth shaking. There's no like magic tricks, but doing it all together equals the magic trick, all right? So when I go into a completely new market, right? When we launch a new location, this is the model that we have, all right? So first off, we do an every door direct mailer, all right? This is EDDM. It's done through USPS. They have a really, really cool website that makes it really easy to select your route so you can see the average income, how many houses are on it, all of that good stuff. So we do an every door direct mailer. This is pricey, all right? You can plan on this being like anywhere from like 42 to 48 cents a piece, all right? So this can get really, really expensive, especially when we go to a new market, we'll send out 110,000 pieces of mail, right? Minimum like 50,000. So you can see how that could equal a lot of money. So this isn't necessarily for everybody. You can do our marketing model without doing this, all right? So that happens too, all right? Right, like simultaneously with this, honestly, we set that up and we know it's gonna hit, and then we go and we pepper our area with yard signs, all right? Now, when I say pepper it, the first thing that comes in people's head is, oh, I'm gonna put out 20, 30 yard signs, okay? We put out like 20 to 30 an hour, all right? We will put out 600 yard signs over the course of 1 week, all right? Because we want these yard signs everywhere that this every door direct mailer is gonna be hitting, all right? We want these people to be seeing our yard signs and correlating it in their brain, and then they get our mailer and like, oh, I've been seeing this company all over the place, right? So we do that, right? Then we start getting calls, all right? So calls come in, all right? And off of those calls, they see our vehicle wrap. Then they see our wrapped vehicles. So our vehicles are everywhere, right? Because between both of these, our phones are ringing. So we're all over in those target areas that we want to be in, but our vehicles are in those areas, okay? So while they're in those areas, they drop 4 yard signs per estimate, all right? So we're putting more yard signs out, right? But then they also are required to do 5 door hangers per estimate as well. All right, pardon my chicken scratch. Some of you guys will relate to that, all right? But 5 door hangers per estimate. Now these door hangers have another offer on them, right? So our every door direct mailer will have an offer like, hey, get 10% off of your gutter install through the month of whatever, right? Well, these door hangers will say, hey, your neighbor unlocked 20% off because they bought from us, right? And then on the door hangers, we're very specific with, we have a little about us and like what our services are, but then we have that offer, and then on top of that, we actually write in a bid, right? So your estimators, your salespeople get pretty good at being able to look at a house and be like, that's roughly $1,500. That's $3,000. This one's big. This is a $6,000 gutter job or whatever, right? So they just write it in, and then they have a little spot for a note like, hey, just looking at the front of your house, this is a rough estimate on it. But by the way, I love your patio furniture. I think it looks so great. Or I love the Japanese maple tree in your landscaping. Like I had one of those growing up as a kid. It was my favorite tree, and it looks just like the one my grandma had, or whatever, right? Something that makes them think, oh wow, this customer or this person actually cares about my home, right? So right there, we've got 5 points of contact so far, but we're not done yet. All right. So these calls start coming in. We send out a send Jim mailer. All right. So we send this to the 50 houses. There we go. We'll just put 50 houses, 50 surrounding houses. So if I'm coming to your house, the 50, that's called a radius bomb, right? So the 50 houses around your home will all get a Send Jim mailer, all right? So that first one says, hey, one of your neighbors is having this out, right? If you guys both buy in the same week, we can give you both 20% off, all right? So it entices the neighbors to start talking because they're like, oh, which neighbor, right? So neighbor Bob goes over to neighbor Joe and is like, yo, hey, you buying this? No, but I was thinking about it. Hey, let's do it. And let's see how many more we can get. Maybe we can get 25% off, right? I'm gonna give 25% off if we get to 10 houses in the neighborhood, all right? Like if Bob and Joe are spearheading this, me and my salesman, I'm gonna pay them for that, right? So that's what we'll do, all right? So they get the one Send Jim mailer, but then I sell to you, all right? So I show up, I give you the estimate and I sell it, right? Then they get another mailer, right? Another Send Jim saying, hey, and it's gonna be the same thing, 50 houses. Hey, your neighbor bought, but here, I'll actually have a picture of your house on it. So all the neighbors are like, oh, dang, that was Susie. Susie was the neighbor, all right? Thanks, Susie. We're all getting 20% off now because of you. Thank you, right? So now all these neighbors start calling, right? So then we get to see our vehicle again, all right? And then they get, it just rinses and repeats, all right? So now we repeat, we're gonna do this, 9, repeat, we'll do 4 through 7. Repeat 4 through 7, and we just continue to repeat it, all right? This is the secret formula, all right? I didn't show you guys anything that is like groundbreaking, all right? None of this stuff is things you haven't heard of. Maybe Send Jim is new to you guys, but none of this is new stuff or groundbreaking, like, oh my gosh, that's so brilliant. No. But when done all together and consecutively on every single job, right? These neighbors are getting hit by us minimum 7 times, minimum 7 times, but up to infinity, right? Imagine if neighbors keep having us out for estimates and keep buying, this is a never-ending cycle, right? So what is going to happen? You will be the only gutter company that they know of, all right? And it doesn't need to be just gutter companies. You can do the same thing in HVAC and plumbing and electrical, whatever you do, right? You can follow the same procedure, right? It's called guerrilla marketing, right? And this is what it is, and this is why it works, right? So the offers, the stories that we tell through all this, that is a little bit of secret sauce, all right? I gave you guys some of the tidbits and whatnot that we do, but that's the secret sauce. So you guys need to be telling a story with your marketing that entices your customers to want to do business with you, right? And then that story continues when they call, right? That story continues with how you answer the phone, right? Something that we do, and I'll save this for another video, but hey, it's a great day at Superior Exteriors. This is Colin. How can I serve you today? Sounds a lot better than Superior Exteriors, right? Your story continues, and it continues through the sales process. It continues through the actual install of the product, all of it. So you start your story in marketing. One of my good friends, Josh Latimer, says, marketing is everything and everything is marketing, all right? Everything is marketing. Everything starts with marketing, all right? So that's that. If you guys have any questions on this, how you can do this in your business, where to start, if you're strapped for cash, where do I start, Colin? I can't afford 600 yard signs. How can I get started on this? Drop a message below or comment, shoot me a DM, whatever makes sense for you guys, all right? Love you all. God bless. Win bigly.